Straight ahead on CBS 19 News at 4, the first massive winter storm of the season keeping central Virginia in the deep freeze. We have live team coverage on area power outages and the effects it's having on homes and businesses. And if you're driving tonight, we have the latest on road conditions, what you can expect as the temperatures drop below freezing again. CBS 19 News at 4 starts right now.
Live from the CBS 19 News studio, this is CBS 19 News at 4, Charlottesville News First.
Good afternoon, I'm Rick Young. Emily has a day off. Thanks for joining us. It has been a weather nightmare the last day or so. Here's meteorologist Travis Koshko with a first look at your forecast. Travis.
And good afternoon, Rick. Good afternoon, friends. A lot of people still without power about the area. However, the sunshine and temperatures barely above freezing have been able to melt and make slushy a lot of the paved surfaces around the area, so travel a lot better than this time yesterday. However, temperatures will tumble below freezing again tonight, so anything that melts today will once again refreeze, and Wednesday morning could be a little slippery, though I think it'll be more confined to the back roads and untreated surfaces as opposed to the main arteries. Live look outside on the JES Skyline Network cam. This view from atop Carter Mountain with nothing but clear skies and sunshine. High pressure, thank you very much for the sunshine and the cloud-free conditions about the area, but it's high pressure that's also brought cold air along for the ride. 35 degrees right now in Charlottesville, and some places are below freezing, those mainly in the elevations. Now for the evening, we're going to stay clear until about 9 o'clock. Our temperatures getting below freezing after 7 o'clock, and will fall to the low to mid 20s by early tomorrow morning. So again, refreeze possible with slick surfaces in the forecast. Milder weather on Wednesday, even though skies will be a little cloudier. And then we have more snow to deal with. And yes, our next system looks to bring us a few more inches of accumulation. We will talk about that in detail coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, the power is still out in several neighborhoods across the city and counties. CBS 19's Macy Morris is live outside one neighborhood. Macy, how's it looking out there?
Rick, I'm live in Albemarle County in a Northfield neighborhood where you can see houses just like this are still out of power after all this time. Now, I did reach out to Dominion Energy, who says they're working tirelessly to get the power back on, but there's been a few challenges in restoring it. The company spokesperson, Jeremy Slayton, says yesterday's poor road conditions made it difficult for their workers to get the power back on. He says gusty winds were also a challenge. Slayton says they're expecting to make great progress today.
Today, much better weather. We have our crews out in force ready to restore power.
Slayton adds the quick changes in the forecast the past 2 days took Dominion Energy by surprise. As for when people can expect the power to come back on, Slayton is asking people to be patient. And now one surrounding county is responding to these power outages. They're opening their high school doors to get those members of the community inside to keep them warm. And I'll have those details coming up tonight at 5. Live in Albemarle County, Macy Moore, CBS 19 News.
Thanks, Macy. And our winter wallop team coverage continues with road closures. Major roads like highways are looking better, but secondary and side streets still need a lot of work. CBS 19's Carly Haynes is live with VDOT's course of action.
Hey there, Rick. Yes, people in Charlottesville tell me that roads in the city are actually looking pretty clear, but the Virginia Department of Transportation handles Albemarle County neighborhoods, and there are quite a few streets among Albemarle County neighborhoods that still need plowing. The good news, though, VDOT crews are starting to move off of those major roadways like highways and interstates onto those secondary roads. Take a look.
I mean, the roads are really bad, especially some of the neighborhoods are really bad.
William Kogel is a contractor that some in Albemarle County hired to help clear roads.
I've worked for 4 different people that they haven't been able to get out of the neighborhood all morning because VDOT hasn't came in and did any snow removal on the roads. I had to clean up several trees that was blowed over against their car in the driveway.
The sloshy, sloppy snow still rests on many back roads and cul-de-sacs after it brought down trees and power lines.
The issue with trees and power lines is one that is, we're seeing that all across the district, Carly. And that's going to be something that is going to slow the progress of our crews working on the secondary roads today.
VDOT spokesperson Lou Hatter said they had to take care of the hundreds of fallen trees on major roads like I-64 before anything.
There's a lot of logistics that goes into it, and anytime the utility lines are involved, that's another level of coordination, because that then requires us to get the power company.
And those who drove and got stuck also delayed snowplows from getting through.
So you can see it can really snowball into a significant situation that can take some time to clear. That's one reason why we tell people not to drive during the storm.
So now if you open traffic and travel website 511virginia.org, it'll show you all of the road closures and road conditions in real time. You can also see traffic cameras before you head out if you do have to drive. For now, in Albemarle County, Carly Haynes, CBS 19 News. Back to you, Rick.
Thanks, Carly. Governor Ralph Northam responded earlier today about the thousands of vehicles and people stranded in that situation on I-95 near Fredericksburg, saying that his team is cooperating with the other state agencies helping out in that area. An emergency message has gone out to all stranded drivers to connect them to support. The state is working with localities to open up warming shelters as needed. Well, this blast of winter weather brought traffic to a standstill in the Fredericksburg area on I-95. And one woman has been stuck in her vehicle since 8 o'clock Monday night. Susan Phelan shot this video of what Interstate 95 looks like at that time, about 50 miles south of Washington. The problem is being caused by dozens of disabled trucks, as well as downed trees blocking the road. Crews working to tow the trucks, move the trees, and plow the more than 1 foot of snow. Authorities still aren't sure when they'll be able to clear the road. Phelan is trying to get to Long Island. She joked, "I could have walked there a lot faster."
We're hitting the point of no return. People are getting out of their cars, not in mass quantities, but hiding behind their car doors and doing their business on the streets here, because there's no place to go. I'm healthy and I could park the car and walk out of this, but there are a lot of people out here, the elderly, the infirm, people who can't walk, people who need medicine. It's not like there are food trucks out here, and not even bathrooms. So it can turn into from a convenience into a crisis pretty quickly, and then from a crisis to a tragedy even faster.
Now, weather experts tell us it could take weeks for the snow to melt. This is video shared by Jennifer Travis of long lines of cars still stalled in place on I-95 this morning. She says they're doing all they can to stay warm.
We don't have winter jackets with us. We have light jackets because we were in Florida. So just doing the best we can, but also trying to conserve our gas because we didn't know when we were going to get home.
One trucker, Giancarlo Gachet, was stranded also in that mess on I-95. He recorded himself delivering a microwave breakfast to the driver and passenger of the car stranded next to him. And one of Virginia's senators caught up in this massive mess. Senator Tim Kaine tweeted this photo after being stuck in traffic for more than 19 hours, saying he started his normal 2-hour commute to Washington, D.C. around 1 p.m. Monday. He is currently going on more than 27 hours stranded on the interstate. If you're relying on a generator to keep your power on, listen up. Power outages bring on a higher chance for carbon monoxide poisoning. The Blue Ridge Poison Center says do not put generators inside or even on porches. They're meant to be outside, and most should be kept at least 50 feet away from buildings. The CDC says every year about 500 Americans die from carbon monoxide poisoning. Most of those deaths occur in January.
You know, often people think that one of the most common risks of carbon monoxide exposure might be like running your car in the garage or something like that. But actually, the most common thing is a generator use. It's just something we don't think about. We think maybe it's a little more safe.
Now, carbon monoxide is dangerous because you can't see it or smell it, so you may not even realize you're getting poisoned. But side effects to watch out for include dizziness, nausea, and a headache. Downed trees were seen on Four Seasons Drive. Here's footage near the ACAC pool in Northwoods of the Four Seasons apartment complex. Fallen trees and branches are blocking roadways in both directions, which also took down signs. A spokesperson from the Northwoods Apartments tells us power has been fully restored there. Well, former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo won't face criminal prosecution over an allegation that he fondled an aide. Coming up, we'll tell you what this means for him moving forward. Plus, it's one showdown after another. We'll tell you what lawmakers doing as a voting rights bill took center stage last night. And later, healthcare workers overwhelmed as hospitals fill up and COVID reaches its peak. That's after your Weather Authority forecast with Travis.
So the good news is we have a few more milder days ahead to help melt some of the snow on the pavement. The bad news is We'll probably replace that later this week with another system moving into the area, and I will tell you what I'm thinking with that system after this.